Fala galerinha do YouTube, muito boa noite. Aqui quem fala é nada jogando, voltando depois de muito tempo com Genshin Impact. Agora vamos fazer as missões que faltam, que agora a Star adiantou bastante, né? Pra não vir todas elas, deixa eu separar aqui. Missões lendárias, eu tenho que fazer essa daqui. Mas tá só um pouquinho longe, né? 3.000 e pouco, né? 3 quilômetros. Onde ela está? Ela está aqui, ó. Beleza, vou falar com o povo aqui. Vi que tem coisas diferentes, tem mapas para serem abertos. O negócio tá ficando legal. Tô com uma coleção nova de personagens, que eu juntei muita gema dessa e eu fui, né, tirando na sorte. Alguns 4 estrelas, alguns 5, mas sobreviveram. Então onde é que eu tenho que ir? Ah, é ali. Que lugar bonito. Porto de Liui. Pronto. Cheguei chegando.
It's shocking how much work there is to do, even for the three of us.
And she's been handling it alone all along. The Qixing secretary clearly isn't an ordinary person. It's so frustrating.
Huh? You're...
Aren't you Ningguang's servants? How come you're here?
We are Miss Ningguang's private secretaries, not servants.
Have you seen Miss Ganyu, Traveler? It has been several days since Ganyu left for Jueyun Karst. She's the General Secretary of the Liyue Qixing. We've only taken over her responsibilities until she gets back.
Even though the Qixing have made peace with the Adepti after the latter had denounced Liyue, they still want to pay their respects to the Illuminated Ones. They commissioned Ganyu as their envoy to deliver a letter to Jueyun Karst and bring the Adepti the latest news about the crisis. Still, Ganyu should have been back to her usual responsibilities by now, but she's disappeared without a trace.
Is that so? Maybe Ganyu just took a little detour. Who can blame her after working so hard?
I'm afraid it's not very likely. Ever since we met Ms. Ganyu, she's been nothing but the most conscientious person in all of Liyue. Even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty at Yuehai Pavilion saying there is still so much to do. She couldn't possibly be using her mission as an excuse to slack off.
Oh, Paimon sees how it is. But she's half Adeptus. She wouldn't get in trouble, right? Why do you look so upset?
It's because of this absurd workload of hers. When we first heard the three of us would be taking over for Miss Ganyu, we thought it would simply be a matter of changing our work environment.
We couldn't have imagined that Miss Ganyu's daily workload far exceeds what the three of us are used to doing.
Adepti realmente excepcional.
Speaking of Jueyun Karst, Traveler, I've heard that you can go in and out of there as you please.
Of course! We've been there lots of times.
Agora eu tenho que fazer uma mudança nos personagens, né?
Could you go to Jueyun Karst and find Miss Ganyu for us? Preferably before we collapse under this workload.
Eu faço.
We're
Tô
saved.
querendo mudar minha personagem de água, que eu já tenho cura com fogo mesmo.
Visiting Cloud Retainer's abode. You might as well start looking for her there.
It's about time she came back to work. Otherwise...
No, perhaps we should go to Lady Ningguang first and bring up our overtime pay again.
Ganyu left to visit Cloud Retainer. Doesn't she live in Mel Outside? We should hurry up. Paimon hopes we can find her there.
Beleza. Antes disso, deixa eu dar uma olhada nos meus personagens. Então, esse aqui é o nosso personagem de água, né? Deixa eu ver como é que ela tá em talento. Constelação, ela tá bem, ela falta só 2 pra completar, cara, e complica. Mas quem de água que eu substituiria? Tem terra, tem o G. Cara, a água seria ela, né? Vou colocar de constelação. Cara, não tem nada de constelação. Vai ter uns golpes legais, mas... Fica.
1, 2.
Nossa amiga aí também de gelo. Aloy. Sai do outro jogo pra ajudar a gente, é o mínimo, né? Essa aqui, minha amiga, ela tá na constelação com... Ah não, quase que completou, eu lembro que eu peguei umas 2 vezes. Pô, o cara é de... Ah, pedra. É um lobo, né? Garou, é um lobo. São os lobos que eu peguei. Ah, ela é de fogo, ela pode ser bem útil. Parece um alce. Tá vendo? Ela é de fogo e já tem 3 itens já, ó. É uma boa também, eu posso fortalecer. Ela é de... Mas eu não tenho constelação nenhuma ainda delas. Cara, eu não sei quem eu ponho de água não, cara. Invento eu queria usar o Arconte, mas o Arconte só tem um ainda. Eu vou ver ainda quem que eu vou fazer. Por enquanto vamos fazer a missão. Tá, beleza, a missão está pra cá. Não vi se eu ganhei alguma coisa. E-mail. Só ouro mesmo. Ah, é uma conquista. Mas quanto que eu tenho? Será que dá pra fazer alguma oração? Se eu tiver 160, eu faço uma fezinha até agora no vídeo. Ah, não, 96 tem pouco ainda. Eu não tenho nenhum ainda pra poder... Ó, água e lã. Esse chave de vento achei legalzinho ele. Talvez eu possa substituir água por 2 de vento, né? Dar uma dobrada no vento, pode ser. Queria muito essa Kekken de raio. Se eu tivesse a Kekken de raio, aí eu trocava o meu de vento. Ela ser a única espadachim de raio, ia ficar ela de fogo de espadachim. Um arco, eu botava de vento, o arconte mantinha a água, né? A água ia ver o que eu faria. Beleza. Sem enrolação. Aí a gente vai lá pro outro lado da cidade. E esse jogo aqui é infinito, né? Então sabe que eu vou ficar bastante tempo jogando ele. Faço algumas histórias, adianto e paro pra fazer outro vídeo. Esse, o Bleach, Brave Souls também. Não sei como é que vai ser o Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Master. Master Duel. Se fosse também, a mesma coisa. A gente vai intercalando. Eu fiz agora, os últimos vídeos que eu fiz foram 3 de luta, né? Porque adiantou bastante. Então, como adiantou bastante, então já tá tranquilo meus vídeos de luta. Né? O próximo de luta que seria Mortal Kombat, né? bonitinho. Ambiente legal aqui, né? É bem o clima mesmo da China, né? A gente vai lá na montanha para encontrar o Ganyu. O Ganyu, se não me engano, é uma garota, né? Não lembro agora, acho que é uma garota. Ela controlava o gelo, se eu não me engano. É ela mesma.
Person standing over there. That's Ganyu. We finally found her.
Agora eu lembrei.
Here you are.
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private affairs that bring you here? I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yuehai Pavilion regarding matters concerning the commercial port.
Huh? You don't want to be the Qixing secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back.
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
What? Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. It was meant to be. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter of time until I had to leave. My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen, Baishao, and Baishu. Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since I appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Jueyun Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains brings me peace of mind. I feel better now.
But...
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Chegou.
Cloud Retainer, we're terribly sorry.
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow, you Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well. The matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many a year. Yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of, perhaps?
Oh, Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child. One is most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed. When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to touch her horns. She was elsewise loath to sleep.
Wow.
Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball. The day Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real human in the flesh. So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
One's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
And you did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? But returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your arrival. One cannot help but feel that remaining in Jueyun Karst shall not be good for her. One will tell you more about her, if you should permit it. Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Joyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness, and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Joyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Joyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
One did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's thoughts. Alone, she will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes that you will accompany her.
É, nossa missão vai ser acompanhá-la, tá? Não deixar ela sozinha.
We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong. Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking about?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Joyun Karst. At her behest, one has organized training for her to achieve that end.
She should be in the southern part of Mount Aotsong right now, preparing for the trial.
Huh, is that so? Let's go take a look then.
Ela tá treinando, né? Vamos lá ver o treinamento dela.
So here you are, Ganyu.
Why did you come here? Humans should not remain in the realm of Adepti for too long. Considering the kindness you have shown me, I can let you stay for the Adeptus training.
Yay!
This trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me feel like an Adeptus again. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware of the abilities of others.
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to mine. If you're ready, we shall begin the training.
Beleza, vamos ver como é que é esse treinamento. É, você pode interromper. Tá, beleza. E agora? O que eu tenho que fazer? Ah, tá ali. agora dói.
There's a lot of gliding around. It does feel like something Cloud Retainer would come up with.
If you could see through the eyes of an Adeptus, you wouldn't be so surprised.
Mas tô demorando, tô sem prática. Muito tempo sem fazer. Foi. Ah, até que eu demorei, mas não demorei.
We've completed the task. What do you think? I agree. You possess many qualities similar to those of Adepti, despite having none of their blood.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training was over?
The training's not over yet. The part prepared by Cloud Retainer is only the first trial.
Huh? So there are more trials prepared by other Adepti?
No. The only Adeptus who can unlock my true potential is...
Who is it?
Quem foi que
Conqueror of
tudo?
Demons.
Huh.
Conquistador de
So
demônios.
it's Xiao.
É o Xiao.
That cold-hearted
Aquele
loner?
cara solitário de
How come
coração
he's
frio.
prepared a trial for you?
Ok, para dar pra você.
I found him unapproachable at first, too. But I believe that being able to face him is an important part of my homecoming. He's already waiting for me. Come along if you're interested.
Of course we are. Let's go.
Vamos, pô, vamos ver o seu treinamento. Onde a gente vai agora? Ah, tá pra cá. Para falar, do nada aumentou o vento. A gente faz subir. Eu não lembro dessa árvore, hein? Olha ele aí.
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful ways of humankind.
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer. I
don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between...
Xiao is such a strict teacher.
You're neither an Adeptus nor a human, always treading the line between the two worlds. It must create a lot of confusion. Instead of explaining yourself to me, you should face your true self.
I have nothing to hide.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, your body can help you find a solution. The trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential of your body.
Yes. I'm ready.
Beleza, vamos ver. Deve ser pra enfrentar os caras aqui de perto, né? Complete treinamento de Tial. Pra onde que é? Vamos ver o que tem pra gente.
The trial's begun! Paimon can feel it in the air. Even the weather's changed.
Born of ice and frost.
By royal decree!
Hark! 'Tis thundering. No touching. Blaze over.
Oz, reveal thyself!
Windblade!
Teamwork is dreamwork! By royal decree! Goodness gracious!
Let's light it up! Shoot! I can't afford...
Windblade!
I'm going in!
All hail. Access denied.
Disappear!
Sai.
Oz, reveal thyself!
Let's light it up! Benny's adventure team! I have failed you.
Midnight Phantasmagoria! With the wind!
Let the show begin. By royal decree!
Windblade!
We're waiting. No touching. This is long overdue.
Vai, gente.
Born of ice and frost. No touching.
Wind blade.
Pronto, concluído. Vou ter que ver aqui pro nosso amiguinho. Caiu, né? Então reviver. Rever esse daqui. Hum, 21.
I'll protect us.
Pronto. Vamos lá falar com ele. Enquanto isso vai curando no caminho. Não, até que foi tranquilo.
I've completed your trial.
Só
You
lembrar
don't
os
have to
comandos.
report back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't benefit your training. Only you can evaluate the result of this trial. You'll progress faster that way.
Understood.
Xiao always has such strong opinions.
From tomorrow on, I'll start raising the difficulty of your training, so you'll have to...
Nossa, ele é rígido com ela.
I have to do what?
Another one of those pesky visitors. I'll leave him to you, Ganyu. It's also a part of your training.
Pesky visitor? So even here there are those that Xiao
Caraca,
can't
ele
deal
não é nem
with?
pouco, né? Nem pouquinho gentil.
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis! I've finally come upon the Adepti! Are all of you the Adepti of this mountain? Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg of you, please grant me luck, wealth, and a good career.
Oh, so it's a pilgrim.
I am also one of the Adepti. You can say that I'm an Adeptus in training.
Perfect. I didn't come in vain then. Although you sound a bit half-hearted. Doesn't matter. What blessings can you grant me?
Wow, straight to the point, huh?
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for free.
For free? Do you mean that you charge people for the blessings of the Adepti?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be earned through hard work and earnest living. It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man, always nagging me.
Your father must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the common folk are riddled with hardships, but are also full of joy. A person of your age should focus on work and family, instead of chasing after fairy tales.
Are you a real Adeptus? Why do you speak and behave like us city folk? You sure you're not one of those swindlers who pose as an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money? Enough. Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not. You're useless. I'm leaving.
Nobody's stopping you.
É, tô cobrando demais
Don't
ela.
let that guy ruin your mood.
It's not his behavior. The things he said, he was right. I thought that coming back to Jueyun Karst and devoting myself to training would make me feel like an Adeptus again. But being questioned by him made me realize that But I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus,
It's true. Just believe us.
All right. I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor. That said, I still trust my initial judgment.
Ah, tá bom, pelo menos alguma coisa.
If I'm proven right, I'll return to Jueyun Karst once again.
It's a step in the right direction. Let's go.
É, já é mais um passo, é verdade. Pelo menos agora eu já acredito um pouquinho mais, né? Já é alguma coisa. Aqui. Vai dar tudo certo, confia.
I'm still...
Come on, Ganyu. We're almost there.
I suppose you have a point. It would be quite impolite of me to leave the two of you now.
That's right. Where do you want to go first, then?
I've spent too much time in the mountains. The first thing that comes to my mind is, let's go for a walk in the port.
Happy to come with.
Tá bom, a gente vai te acompanhar.
Let the show begin.
Vamos fazer o seguinte, então. Eu vou fechar o vídeo por aqui. No próximo a gente continua, né? Porque já está acabando o tempo. Tem algumas missões aí secundárias. Tá vendo aí, ó? A missão do mundo. Minha missão que ela quer que eu faça tá aqui, ó. E daqui eu posso até teleportar pra cá. Então vai ficar bem tranquilo de fazer. Então é isso, gente. Eu vou fechar o vídeo por aqui. Não deixe de se inscrever no canal, clicar no sininho, compartilhar o vídeo, dar aquele like e fui!